Previously on Dungeons and Dragons.
Going to take the opportunity at this point to drop everything I'm doing to go greet my favorite grandson at the door. A very blatant stiff to my actual son.
Sawyer understands the youth of our nation is important.
I just had so much fun at my new school. I made so many great friends. Like, we're all really into like this brand new movie franchise called the Animator 552, and it was just so much fun.
Oh, that's nice, dear. I'm going to be in the kitchen making a nice jello mold that I can bring to dinner later on.
There is a knock at the door. It's a young woman or a girl or whatever you want to call her, someone of high school age. It looked like Davey, I guess, new student sort of came in here. I just wanted to sort of say hi and we'll say hi again and let him know that I just live right down the block there. She's got sort of a little bit of a rough edge to her, but she looks like a young or, a high school student, of the era here. Nothing too rough about her.
Davey, you've got company. Sandy, it's Sandy.
Oh, Sandy, yeah, I can't wait to talk about my symphonies.
So, being a bit of a delinquent himself, kick up her subtleties. Great.
What are you doing tonight? It's a Tuesday night. Like, what?
I'm kind of a secret agent. I'm really important. I have a bit of a mission tonight. I gotta save America, baby.
Where are we going? North.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons. Therapeutic benefit in role-playing games. Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh yeah, baby. Your presence quested in exchange for treasures.
Red River. Are we talking one treasure each? Count that.
Okay, to Davey, we've seen Sawyer sort of sweep her away, and she seems much more interested in Sawyer, which is not cool, because you're trying to sort of, obviously, we established earlier that you were more interested in sort of how Davey's day was than Sawyer's day, though Sawyer's your direct lineage. And you overhear this information, and you like spring into action. You're like, all right, Sandy, I think it's probably time for you to go. And so let's just get you on out of here. Thanks for stopping by. Davey, you know where Sandy lives. Sandy, say goodbye to Davey. And she's like, what? And she as you're sort of pulling her out, she had her hand on Sawyer's arm, very intrigued by this piece of information here. Does anyone want to do anything to try and sort of interfere with Popsi's actions?
No, because Ellie feels that Sawyer came in and swooped up Davey's little friend there.
Yeah. So you're just watching, making your jello mold. Sort of, we see you like pouring jello into the mold, and you're just shaking your head. Davey, anything you want to do?
Ellie is actually carving a jello mold. She's carving She's carving it into. There was just like this big blob of jello, and she's carving it into a carousel horse, laying down. Because she's a former artist, former sculptor.
Sure. Yeah, I love it. Davey, do you want to do anything here?
No, I think I'll.
Okay, so we see this. So Popsi sort of jumps into action, realizing things are, this is not, maybe it wasn't the best thing to do, maybe it wasn't the worst thing to do, but you can't be sure what was happening with what Sawyer was doing, and she came to see Davey, so we're going to redirect to Davey. And Popsi, you pick Davey up and be like, Davey, why don't you go see where she lives? I know she's got a bike, but she said she's just down the street. So you sort of stand Davey up and sort of push them both out the door. And Sandy's like, okay, bye. Sawyer, okay, I'm just down there.
Boy, howdy, I can't wait to see your beautiful house.
It's just a house, Davey. Sure, yeah, I mean, okay. And Sandy's like, she's a little like, oh, that was weird. Someone just said I'm a secret agent, and then she got pushed outside real quick. And we see Popsi like looking through the window. Mm-hmm. So Popsi, do you want to do anything in regards to your son?
Oh my gosh. I must reprimand him. So I'm going to pick up, hopefully all the groceries aren't put away yet, so something that I'm gonna pick up a loaf of bread that's still in the plastic and like whip it over my head and smash it on the counter.
So it's of course the 70s, so we're celebrating that real sort of Wonder White bread. So we see this thing, we smash it, bread just squishes down.
Yeah, so it's like
Wonder Bread.
Yeah, Wonder Bread. Yeah,
Wonder Bread, easy to
commercial to Wonder Bread.
It says bread. We see like the white tape over the label, you know, like they always do.
Or it's just called Dur Bread.
Yeah.
Bread. Not actually bread.
Her bread. It's just her bread.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to sort of affect Sawyer in some way?
Oh yes, I'm expressing immediate disappointment and disgust that he would need to give away our position, that he doesn't have enough feats to himself, that he has to give away he's a secret agent in order to impress high school girls.
All right, Sawyer, what's your take on this?
Whoa, why do you gotta bring feet into this? You know I lost mine and I'm super subconscious about that.
Okay, Sawyer, what do you want to, so Popsy's gonna be upset at you. What's your takeaway from this?
Well, this is kind of what Sawyer lives for, is just kind of finding new and intriguing ways to annoy Pops.
All right,
so I'm just kind of going with this now.
Okay, so
where obviously it is a complete, not how Sawyer thought this was gonna go, but it's like, you know what? Maybe this worked out. Maybe.
Well, I didn't. That's the thing. I didn't know if you were going to be like, no, let me explain, or if you're just sort of like, yeah, I'm gonna
oh
roll.
no, yeah,
Okay.
I'm in antagonistic mode now.
Okay, so let's have some opposed rolls. So you can both roll your drama, and let's see where that ends up. So this will be rolls 5 and 6 as you're both rolling, as we sort of we heighten the drama here. So
Who's rolling Sawyer?
Both let me know what you roll. If you have a drama of 1, you'll roll 3 dice, keep your best 2. If you have a drama of 0, you'll roll 2 dice and keep that. So
I got a 10.
Oh.
5.
10 and a 5.
Yeah.
All right, so 10 would be very successful. So you're sort of there, and so Popsy, you're doing your thing, and Sawyer, who wanted to sort of maybe was looking for confrontation, just walks up the stairs. Just like, you're sort of
whatever, old man. Peace.
Yeah. Basically, you're just like, all right.
Oh wait.
Yeah.
So that's that.
Swinging the bread around my head as he goes up the stairs.
That was supposed to be for lunches.
Now it's gonna be all smushed. Thanks.
Oh, you
That was gonna be
boys.
croutons.
It'll bounce back. It's
So we go back to Davey and Sandy. Sandy's like, so you're is that your uncle? Your brother? Like he's a secret agent?
Yeah, that's just Sawyer.
Okay, but is he your brother, uncle?
He's my bro-ho, haha.
Okay, cool. And he's a secret agent, like James Bond or something? British, I guess.
I mean, he is kind of secretive, if you want to call it that. By the way, you want to talk about punk rock? I love punk rock. It's so cool.
Yeah, I mean, sure, I get. I'm just. Can we just go back to the secret agent thing? Like, what's that about? Is he just? I mean, he seems a little. I mean, I thought he was cool, and maybe he. I mean, I guess he is cool if he's a secret agent. But like, is that just some weird pickup line or something?
Sawyer is.
So, I'm gonna need you
Okay.
to. So I'm going to need you to make a roll here. You're going to need to make a drama roll to try and because you definitely have this whole secret agent thing going on as a family.
Okay.
She seems very much like she's trying to sort of get. So this is sort of the equivalent of like a save, if you will.
Okay, sure.
And so this is sort of you trying not to spill the beans while you're trying to impress this young woman. So
Okay, cool.
So what's your drama? -1, right?
Right, yeah.
So you're going to roll 3 dice, keep your worst 2.
Okay, right, thanks. Oh, this voice is doing a number in my throat.
Well, you know, I played a game, and you know, do you guys know about lines and veils and all that stuff with, you know, sort of things you can do and can't do in games, like safety tools for games? Do you guys know about that? Yeah. So the GM, we went through stuff. The GM like, does anyone have anything? And people chimed in with, sort of the traditional stuff that you do. And he's like, okay, my thing is like accents and funny voices. And this isn't on you. I'm just sharing a funny story. And we were like, okay, sure. And he explained it. He's like, I'm a theater guy. He's like, I find it can be very distracting, when someone's doing something. So, and we were all like, okay, it's an interesting take on things. We're like, sure, that's fine. And 5 minutes into the game, he starts busting out like bad accents, voices. And we were all like, this is me and my friends. We're all texting each other like, what is going on here? Is this just his excuse to use his voices? Like, we were all like, okay, great, sure. So but you can use your voice or not. I don't want you to lose your throat. So do whatever you have to do and make it.
I've got 5 and 3.
Okay, so that's your lowest 2 of the 3?
Yes.
Okay, so that's an 8. So you can fail and maintain control of your character, or you can succeed and sort of give up control of your character.
I'm gonna succeed.
Okay. So and the goal is obviously not to to try and distract her from the whole secret agent thing, right?
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So she's talking and you just lean in and you whisper something, we can't hear it on the cameras, and she like laughs and sort of goes back to us. Oh, that makes total sense. She's like, so like, yeah, it sounds like he's got stuff going on. Like, I just want, if you want to sort of hang out tonight or whatever, we got some new 8 tracks from the record store, and we could listen to those. We're going to get together, a bunch of us, head down to Salinas and see what's happening there. And we see you, and you're just sort of nodding and whatever. And so why don't you we're heading out around like 4:35. So we usually just pick up some food and do that thing. So and you're like, oh yeah, absolutely, sure. And then as you're heading back, we see so you drop her down. She's literally like 4 houses down the street. You drop her off. She puts your bike down on the grass in front. And you're sort of heading back home, and you realize like, oh, mom, aka Ellie, said that you guys had dinner plans, but you're like, pretty girl, dinner plans. You're like, I guess I'll figure it out. So. And you head back home. So you were able to sort of deflect the secret agent talk with something whispered in her ear, and you've now committed yourself to heading out and skipping dinner. So we come up to Sawyer. Sawyer, are you doing anything, or are you just sulking in your room, or are you making plans, or what?
Yeah, he's probably sulking right now. He just kind of took a major defeat, and it's a pretty big blow on his ego.
Oh, and his feet.
So he's probably listening to some sad music right now.
Sad 70s music?
Yeah.
Slow? All right. Okay. All right. So, Davey, you arrive home, or are you taking off, or how are you going to sow your wild oats and express your teenage rebellion?
I'm going to go hang out with Sandy, I think.
Are you going to go home to get your bike, or are you going to go home?
Yeah, no, we're going to go home and get the bike, and then I'll go back out. I'll sneak out.
Okay. So Popsy, you see Davey come back, and he sort of. Are you going inside at all, Davey, or are you just going to go get your bike?
No, I'm going to be like kind of skulking.
Okay. So Popsy, you see Davey come back, and you're sort of watching, I imagine, and he walks the pretty young girl home. He comes back, and then he looks like he's got a bit of shiftiness to him. So do you want to do anything with that?
So Popsy trusts Davey implicitly, and especially now, like skulking just after walking this girl home.
Yeah,
I think to myself that he's taking after his old man.
Taking after old Popsy.
Yeah. So okay. I'm actually just going to kind of like pull the blinds up so that it's like very obvious. And I'm gonna like kind of like look around as if like I'm not seeing him.
Okay.
To like make Davey skulking like appear to be successful, and then just put the blinds back.
Okay. Do you want to talk to Ellie and sort of explain? Do you want to cover for him? Do you want to?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So go ahead there.
Oh, Ellie, it's a shame. It looks like it's only going to be the adults. Well, I say that loosely with Sawyer coming, but the people of legal age attending this dinner party. Davey got caught up with an after-school study session.
Well, I'm glad that he's making friends at least, but I wish he would have come along tonight. That's okay. That's okay. I think that at least you and I could make a good impression on the neighborhood.
Yeah, well, yes. I mean, studies are very important for Davey, so.
Oh, by far. And I'm glad he made a friend already.
All right. Ellie, can you make me a thought roll?
Thought roll. Okay, so that is a -1, meaning I give you the lowest.
No, you roll 3 dice, keep the worst 2.
Yep, that's what I thought. Okay. So I have, I'm keeping a 4 and a 2.
Okay. So you do not notice as the kitchen table still has all Davey's school books and everything on it. So you totally have bought into he has a study session. You're like, it's important for a young man to study, and don't even notice that everything's still there. So
you're using her books. It's fine.
Davey, you pick up your bike and you head down to Sandy's house. So without a snag whatsoever. Yeah, I don't know if Sawyer, do you want to see this or not? Like, are you lying down on your bed staring at the ceiling, or are you like staring out the window wondering where it all went so wrong?
I think probably a little bit of both. Okay. And I was actually going to ask if I could possibly make some sort of roll to see if Sawyer notices Davey kind of scamper off.
Absolutely. Let's call that a thought roll.
Okay.
So whatever your thought is, 0.
0.
Yep.
2.
You do not. You're sitting there, you're lying on the bed, and then you're thinking back to sort of like Popsi and realizing like, oh, maybe that wasn't a bad thing. And then you look up and we see Davey has taken his bike and he's moved out of the backyard. You look out the window to the backyard, you don't notice anything. And then you look out to the street and you do not notice anything at all. And you're just like, huh. And maybe you're even thinking like, I wonder what I should do tonight. So, all right. So yeah, so you do not notice Davey at all. And so we are, okay. So Davey, so you are is there anything else you want to do to prepare for your sort of evening out?
Let's see, maybe I'll get,
some high karate?
Yeah, maybe I'll do that as like a little montage starts going, right? So like,
Okay.
Some flowers.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yeah, that'd be good. Yeah.
Are you gonna sneak back home to do this? Are you gonna go into town and buy something?
Yeah. So what I'll do is after I get the bike, or maybe before I get the bike, we'll do a little montage where it's like, and then I look in the mirror and I'm like, yeah. And then I slick my hair back and I'm like, stay, then I get on the bike, and then is there like a corner store nearby where I could get some cheap flowers or something like that, or
Sure, I mean you could you can head sort of downtown where there's sort of the boardwalk and all the stores and stuff are. So it's not super populous. It's as I described it in the first thing, it's a vacation town, but very low key, so okay. There's the local grocery store where we saw Ellie earlier, where Ellie met Lana. So you can head in there, and we see you and you're walking around the store, and you want to pick up some flowers. That is easy enough to do. Can you make me a thought roll?
Yes. 6 and 3.
That's a 9. So fail or succeed?
I'm going to succeed.
Okay, so you're going to succeed and give up your control of your character. So as you're sort of coming out, you've got your flowers and you put them in, you've got your banana seat bike or whatever, and you're sort of holding the flowers in one hand. And you notice a very sort of suspicious looking black truck head out of town. And knowing that, when you're sent to a town, it's usually to uncover sort of something mysterious and secretive hidden under the surface, we see you drop the flowers and start pedaling your bike down the road, following the black truck. Dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. So, Sawyer, are you still going to go out to dinner with Ellie and Popsy, or are you taking off?
I think Sawyer's gonna take off on his own.
Okay.
He doesn't want to be around Popsy right now, so he's probably just gonna throw his jacket on, just put his hands in his pocket, and just do like a sultry walk around the neighborhood.
Are you going to? Are you sneaking out, or are you just walking out the front door?
Not sneaking out, but also not saying anything as he walks out. He just grabs his jacket off of the coat rack and just kind of makes his way.
Let's give a drama roll, because you're definitely trying to do something in this scene. So
yeah, that is a 6.
A 6. So you put your jacket on, shove your hands in your pockets, and you want it to look cool. You don't look cool. You look more like a petulant child as you sort of storm out of the house. And Popsy's just standing there, and Ellie's like giving Popsy a look like, "Aren't you going to stop him?" And Popsy's like, Okay, Popsy and Ellie, you guys, you're finished your jello mold, and you're taking off. And I would like Popsy to make a thought roll.
I'm so excited about my jello mold. Like I said, I carved it.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah, and it's like this nice carousel horse in different colors, and like so proud of it as we're walking to the car.
Yeah. Okay. So Popsy, make that roll.
7.
7. So where do you want to go? Fail or succeed?
Succeed.
Succeed and give up your control character. So you guys get in. Ellie's driving. Popsy's sitting in passenger seat. You drive down the street. And Popsy, you notice that Sandy's bike is still there, but Davey's is not. And this doesn't seem like it should be this way. So you put that, you're like, huh. And
Did I notice that, or Popsy noticed that? I'm sorry.
Popsy notices that.
Okay.
You're driving the car. So because Popsy saw what happened, and he was he's looking out for his little buddy. And he's like looking by, and he's sort of smiling, and then he looks, and we see him like, and he's sort of scared. What happens there, because you gave up control of your character, you reach over, slam on the brakes, turn the car, you crash up onto the curb, and your proverbial spidey sense has kicked in, and something is wrong. And this, of course, as this was our 12th roll, this is the end of Act 2, and we cut to commercial.
This episode of Dungeons and Dragons brought to you by Wonder Bread.
The best, healthiest bread for your kids.
Welcome to Dungeons and Dragons.